Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Harmonia plugin tutorials. In this episode, as promised in the previous one, we'll continue with the skylight settings. To begin with, much like the backdrop settings, we have a general switch for the skylight. Turning it off kills all of the skylight and all of the global illumination in your scene. As you can see, it doesn't affect the backdrop at all. The backdrop is still there, but our global illumination and our skylight are gone, and you can easily turn it back on. The next option is the SkyLight Colour. This one, unlike the backdrop color, directly affects the global illumination and the lighting in your scene. So if I change the color here, it changes the color of the skylight throughout the whole scene. The same goes for the SkyLight Saturation. By default, the HDRI that I'm using here has a blue haze to it, but reducing the saturation, as you can see, takes that blue haze out and gives you a warmer look overall. Next is the SkyLight Intensity, and as the name suggests, it controls the intensity of the skylight. Lowering it brings the skylight down, and increasing it brings it up. After that comes the sky temperature. Granted, you can control the temperature of your skylight with the SkyLight Colour as well, but it's much easier to have a dedicated control where you simply enter the Kelvin value that you want. Lower values give you a warmer skylight, and higher values give you a colder one. Then, under the advanced settings, we have the indirect lighting intensity, which controls how much indirect light the skylight contributes to your scene. In an interior, for example, increasing this value raises the bounces coming from the skylight and results in a much brighter indirect illumination. You can pair that with a lower skylight intensity to land on the result that suits you best. And the last item is the volumetric scattering intensity. This one controls how much the skylight contributes to volumetric fog, or in other words, how strongly your sky lights up the fog in your scene. At 0, the fog receives no light from the skylight at all. As you raise it, the fog starts to pick up the color and the brightness of your sky, and that's what gives an exterior its sense of depth and atmosphere. One thing to keep in mind is that this only does something if you have an exponential height fog actor in your scene with volumetric fog enabled. Without that, you can move this value as much as you like, and you won't see any change at all. And that's a good place to stop, because the exponential height fog is exactly where we're heading next. That covers the entire settings for our skylight. In the next episode, we'll go over the directional light and the exponential height fog. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.